We hear that crime is generally down overall. We also know that violent crime is way up. Besides hiring some more police officers, how will your administration get tough on crime overall, specifically right here in Buckhead? And City Council Member Dickens, we'll start with you and make our way on down.
Good, thank you. Yes, we have experienced a crime spike over the last 18 to 20 months, and it's the job of the mayor to make sure that the citizens of the city are safe and that they feel safe. And so what we want to do is make sure that this crime spike gets down and that it doesn't become the new normal. And so I was the first to publish my public safety plan. It's called Safe Streets Atlanta Plan, and you can read about it at safestreetsatlanta.com. You mentioned how to do this without officers. I'll tell you that the first part of this is to overcome the vacancies that we have. So I will be hiring 250 officers in the first year, but it's also important to use technology. $500,000 was put in the budget by me to be able to add more cameras, more license plate readers, and 10,000 new street lights across the city. But we also want to make sure that we do community-based policing by having officers walk the beat, to be able to be at gas stations, bars, and shopping centers, to be out of their cars, to get in front of the community. And last but not least, a lot of the crime is youth-related crime, so having youth engagement activities, after school, summer programs, etc.
Okay.
Sometimes they mix it up, so I just want to make sure I was following the rules. What we're experiencing right now is different from what we've seen before. What we are experiencing is not an increase in overall crime, but an increase in brazen, random, violent crime, murders and attacks. It's happening all over the city, different times of day, different kinds, in places you've never seen it before. And so what we have to have is different solutions. We need to support our police, have their back, let them know that we'll follow due process, give them the right training and equipment to do the jobs that we need them to do in the 21st century. Partner with the county and the courts to make sure that we keep violent criminals in jail. Really work on, I know this is a huge issue in Buckhead, really focus on the problem properties, the places where crime is beginning to form, and use the laws we have in place with the political will to make a difference in those right away. And then ultimately get the police back in the neighborhoods, have them really engaged so that they know the local community, know the kids, know where things are happening, because you can't police your way out of crime. You've got to have new 21st century strategies to detect crime and see what's forming and prevent crime by being engaged in our community.
Ms. King.
Thank you. I think first we need to start with our police officers and bring back their morale. We also need to work with our youth. Our at-risk youth are the ones right now with the violent and brazen crime. What is in their life? We need to be back in schools with our police officers, seeing them in a proactive situation, not a reactive situation. We also need to work with our communities to make sure that we're following business, if you're operating as a restaurant versus a bar, because a lot of times that crime is reactive and happens after hours. Daily, we need to be out in our communities, helping each other and paying attention to what's going on. Our pre-arrest diversion program needs to be expanded. Our court systems need to keep our violent offenders in jail. And also for that recidivism on lower level crimes, we need to understand what is causing that to happen and give that wraparound services to people so that they don't end up back in jail again.
Mr. Reed.
Craig, anybody who says that hiring more police officers isn't a fundamental element in reducing crime doesn't know what they're talking about and doesn't understand policing a city. We have to partner with the Atlanta Police Foundation, first and foremost, to build the police department by 750 officers right away. We need to send city money and have private sector speed to build the department. We also need to partner with the colonel of the Georgia State Patrol. And so you need a good relationship with our governor, because partnering with the Georgia State Patrol takes pressure off of the police within the city. We also need to partner with the chief of police at MARTA and Sheriff Pat Labatt to give a force multiplier effect to our police officers. But finally, we need to look every single woman and man in our department in the eye and assure them that they will have due process and support of the mayor of the city so that they can get back to policing and keeping us safe.
Ms. Moore.
So other than hiring more officers, we've got to keep the officers that we have. We've got to build their morale, make sure they understand that we will follow due process. That means getting in their faces, going to their roll calls, making sure that they know us personally. Also helping to relieve them of some of the work that they do by getting others who can respond to mental health and behavioral issues. But if they can arrest as many people as they want to, we really have to work with our Fulton County court system to make sure repeat and violent offenders aren't getting back on the street. And one way we can do that is by allowing space in our pretty much empty jail to be used so that that is not an excuse to continue to let people on the street. And then we also need to look at code enforcement in and around our bars, nightclubs, and restaurants, lean into our children and mentoring and other programs, and also elicit you, the community, as part of the solution as well. Thank you.
Thank you.